It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get to see the Eagles' speedy running back. He's the owner of the third most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the...
Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And off we go here on a Thursday night. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy, let the offense unfold, trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that first down. On second down, Stroud. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On 2nd down, a run with Mitchell. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Ravens. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the 1 interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take them.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Throwing now on 3rd and long. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there. to hold them to a short return. The Ravens offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A second down throw for Stroud. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. On the ground, here's Mitchell. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll run with the rookie, drafted in the 3rd round. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
Ravens sending the punt team out there. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football when the situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. That's caught right side. It's Franklin.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Ross. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now a give on the ground. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
His throw left side is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. He'll drop to throw. That one intercepted. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Baltimore. Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Ravens move out on top, 14-0. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 14-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll turn and hand this one off. Finding room across midfield. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. Big time play for Philly. Pickup of 46 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
To the air now on 1st and 10.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. This from 40 yards out. Carty's kick is good. And the Eagles get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down.
All right.
To throw is Stroud. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run it over center with Mitchell. And it'll be brought down right around the 40. He's brought down by Austin Booker. Here's a 2nd and 9.
the 40-yard line.
They'll go again with Mitchell. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 4.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. From the gun, here's Stroud. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the Eagles' 25-yard line.
Stroud going to set up to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Quick throw, taken in. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
Here's Stroud. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he will dive into the end zone. Keaton Mitchell. Touchdown, Ravens. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but the wheels as well. The NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this is going to be an Eagles first down. He's up to the 45-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Wow, it wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yardage. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Here's the punter now. He's on for the second time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Ravens offense and running back Keaton Mitchell set to go once more. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Short pass taken in by the tight end. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
2nd and 7. Now, Stroud. This pass complete to Tompkins. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Stroud to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. Now Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Stroud. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. They send the tight end in motion. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
With the score, Ravens 21, Eagles.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently second in the NFL at this point in the season. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
That catch number 40 on the season for him.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A handoff as they try to run it here. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. He'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
This one caught by Tompkins. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
a rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Right away, they'll set up to... Now, here's another ball that's intercepted. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field.
Pass interference.
I don't think this is going to stand. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's to Waddle again. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That one complete to McConkey. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 3rd down.
So now, following the penalty, they're only going to need a yard. It is 3rd and 1. Throwing is Stroud. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Raven 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On first down, right back to Mitchell. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. They motion the slot man left. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now a give up the middle. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now a 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for an Eagles first down.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3 and out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
Into the secondary again. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. That's into traffic, but taken in. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. handoff here, up the middle, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end right. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. They'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
So things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense make their way out to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Now Stroud. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Stroud to throw. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Stroud. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Here's Stroud. This one finds McConkey.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st with ETN. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Ravens bring their punt team out as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Tight end going in motion here. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Back to the air one more time. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they finally take him down, but not before he gets to the Eagles' 6-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards. They bring a tight end in motion left. Back to throw. He pulls it in around the 5.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot based on what the receivers do off the line.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
He'll take off again. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete. It's Waddle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up now for 2nd down. They'll throw out of the gun. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. And they're going to mark them down up past the 35. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. That's to Waddle again. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll look to set up the screen here.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. The tight end going in motion to the left. They'll look to throw again. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. He'll drop to throw. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. That one incomplete.
All came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.